All right, we'll get this party started soon. All right. I think it's time we go on a little trip. We're going to try out the new RTX 5090 build here and head over to IAEA. And I know that the performance stuff is a little, it's just a little bit small in the top left-hand corner. I'll work on that. But we're getting things worked out. And especially the activate Windows part. Apparently we need to do that. And let's get the... get the chat off the window here and let's get moving. So we're at the gateway in Pyro at the moment. And we're going to go load up in style. We're taking the 400i. That's right. We're going to do the 400i all the way out to Area 18 where Fleet Week is. We're just going to go check it out. We're not going to be doing any mining today, bounty hunting. Nothing crazy. We're just going to go see who's who and who's doing what, honestly. And we have the streaming box up here on the 9950. And of course we have the gaming box up, which is on the 9950X 3D. So let's get the 400i loaded up here.
Vehicle selected. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
And head on out. And maybe get a little bit of a drink here. But it looks like the Idris is available. Not for use in game, but I think to tour. All right. And we'll go check things out here. Anyway, the new gaming box is working nice. It is pretty smooth. Give you guys a nice little camera view here. And let's go ahead and get rid of the helmet for a moment. Running the Alpha Infinity Tech hair colors, of course. All right, and let's just get that hydration up a little bit and then we'll be on our way. And yeah, we're gonna litter. All right. And we'll take the cargo bay up, which is one reason I chose the 400i for the trip today. And I have mouse sensitivity down just a little bit for you guys. Don't want to make anybody car sick on the stream here. But overall stream quality is looking good. Let me know how it looks, guys, in the comments if you happen to watch this afterwards. All right, so we got a cargo bay that we can work with. And that'll allow me to bring some stuff back. I think I need some more Hemera drives and some ship components and perhaps some more mining modules. We'll see. All right, and there's the pilot seat. And there she is. There's our beautiful 400i. Absolutely gorgeous.
Core system deactivated. Origin jump works at your service.
And I don't think we're going to be needing weapons today.
Operational.
So we'll get everything allocated to the shields.
You are clear to launch.
Oh, look at the beautiful 400i. You know, if you gotta travel, travel in style, right? All right. Beautiful. Look at the mirror effect on the paint. Really nice. Really nice.
Launch complete.
Come out nice and easy and slow here. Get the gear up.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Gorgeous. All right. So we're going to start out in Pyro today. That is home for me now. I mean, really, is there any other place to buy?
Shield system inactive.
Just amazing. Look at that. Pulling easy 60 FPS. Just flying around Pyro here. Gorgeous. All right. Get lined up with the jump gateway here. Try not to hit anything. And looking good. The 400i is pretty fast. I like it. Good all-around travel ship. You know, I'm not so sure about having the serial numbers on the ships instead of the names. Not sure I like that. But it may be a change that's here to stay. So let me know what you think in the comments. I actually like seeing player names. I don't want to have to scan it to figure it out. You know, especially if somebody's shooting at you. All right, let's get the jump drive spun up here. Hardly anybody in Pyro today. They're either too big or too small, so no Goldilocks rocks for us. And that was on Bloom. I may move back to Terminus for the majority of my mining, just because. It seems like we have a little bit better luck out that way. But I may try Pyro 1 as well. We'll see. Very nice. All right. So we're going to go check out Fleet Week, see what's happening there. Today is, I believe, Aegis Day. Tomorrow is Grey Cat. Or maybe it's the day after tomorrow. Maybe that's on Saturday. They have a new Grey Cat ground-based vehicle in Marcelo, so we'll be watching that. All right, nice and easy. Easy trip. And let's get Area 18 plugged in here. And let's try not to sit at a standstill. Alright. And we'll get the quantum drive spun up here.
Quantum drive activated.
Beautiful. Alright. Nice short trip out to Area 18. And the streaming box is just running smooth. 20% on CPU at 5.3 gigahertz. Memory's not really being touched. GPU's not working that hard. I have an RTX 4070 in here doing the AB1 encoding for me. I'm always curious to see how you guys feel about the picture quality. And there is our gorgeous 400i. Absolutely amazing. Almost there. And so once we get down to Art Corp, we'll take the tram out to the convention center. And I believe that's where everything is. So.
Quantum drive deactivated.
And here we are in Art Corp. Gorgeous. By the way, everything is maxed out, including clouds, on this build. And so hopefully I can get you guys in there during the daytime, but
Quantum drive activated.
so you can see the clouds. But if you look in the very top left-hand corner, you'll see how the RTX 5090 is doing on the 9950X3. All right, and we are going to be coming in during the daytime. One thing I like that they did
Deactivated.
is they put in beacons. If you can look out in the distance, right off my nose here, straight up. You'll see those beacons, and that's the landing beacons. And all you have to do is fly towards them, and you're all set. So I'll get you a little closer to the clouds here. Those are on photorealistic right now. Might as well test the build, right? See what happens. Absolutely gorgeous. So photorealistic on the clouds. Everything's pretty much maxed out. Running DLSS in quality mode on upscaling. And just pulling a constant 60. Really nice. Looking good. And I know I deserve some pain for the activate Windows thing. I'm gonna get rid of that. I just got the build up in the last 2 days, so been stress testing it. And here we go through the clouds. Yeah, looking nice.
Warning.
Looking really good here. And we'll just pop down below the clouds here and see if we can find our landing spot. And there it is, right on time as expected. Beautiful. Photorealistic clouds and the whole 9 yards. And I'm just going to sit here for a minute and slow down, and I'll be right back with you. Beautiful. So here we are, area 18, right where we want to be. Oh, gosh. And look at the lighting differences. Really amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get down to the surface here. I wanted to give you guys an outside view. Absolutely gorgeous. And the RTX 5090 is just holding steady at 50 FPS with full photorealistic clouds, everything maxed out. Really looking good. Let's go ahead and get a hanger. And we'll get the gear down, get in VTOL mode. And let me know what you think about the audio quality and everything in chat.
Warning.
Stream quality overall. Want to make sure my music's not hurting anybody. Being a nuisance. And we are back in the civilized part of the Star Citizen verse in Area 18. Can we turn around in a medium? I think we can. Maybe not. All right, well, we'll just land the way we are.
Landing complete.
All right.
Course system
And we are here. So
deactivated.
let's go check out Fleet Week. We'll get on the, go ahead and refill on everything here. What happened to my elevator here? Very interesting. Well, we'll just... head on down the cargo elevator, get the ship stored. And I'm going to try and stay in external as much as I can when we get there for you guys. It's really cool what they've done with keeping the tier 0 stuff. I like it. You see people in armor a lot more than you used to now. It's not just all the generic stuff running around.
To the ASOP vehicle
And I've
retrieval
seen
system.
armor that I've never seen before in the 4.x patches, so that's really good.
Your vehicle has been. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
All right, let's get everything stored here. And we'll go ahead and head on up. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We are live in the verse today. And we're going to go check out the IAEA at the convention center and see what we can see. A little bit different than what we normally do, but I like to do this once a year. You know, when Fleet Week is out, just to kind of go look at stuff. And we're also kind of testing out the new gaming build, just make sure everything's working. We got an RTX 5090 on a 9950X 3D.
A beneficial and prosperous day.
Everybody's got their armor out. That's pretty cool. You don't see just the generic stuff anymore. All right, so let's get turned around.
From transforming worlds to exploring the stars.
And I don't seem to be hitting the lows anymore on the FPS. So there definitely is I didn't expect a lot of performance increase from the CPU, but I did expect something from the GPU, and I think it's been pretty good. Especially for as insanely expensive as they are. The GPU is worth more than the whole rest of the build. It costs more than the rest of the build combined. I'm really hoping that AMD can compete. It would be nice if there was some competition against NVIDIA to put some pressure. So what we're going to do now is we'll catch the tram out to the convention center. Give you guys another look at the armor here.
Stand clear of the doors.
And once again, machine performance is in the top left. I know it can be harder to see. I'm going to fix Riva Tuner and make that font a lot bigger. And of course, we're going to get rid of that activate windows. That would be good. All right.
Now arriving.
All right, so let's go check out Fleet Week. Very cool. I wonder how many ships they're going to sell this year at Fleet Week.
Life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family booth
Ooh.
to get a better understanding of what they have to look forward to.
Like in the
naval
Aegis
service.
gear, may pick some of that up. And of course, they have some armor sets for sale. What's up, Alpaca? Thanks for joining, my man. Just doing a little Fleet Week, checking things out. Glad to have you on, my friend. Let me know how the audio quality is and streaming quality, my friend. Want to make sure it's dialed in for you guys. And look at this. So that looks like the Starlancer TAC, the Max TAC. And it looks like the Guardian right there. Let's see what we got. So we got a Super Hornet. I would like to see the Asgard. That would be kind of cool. Gladius, Scorpius, Argo Pisces, Mantis, nothing here. Terrapin Medic, Redeemer.
Throughout the Empire and beyond. With that kind of success, it's no wonder the name.
So that is what is available today. All right, I'm adjusting the audio levels just a little bit. Hopefully that fixes things. All terrain, all the time. Interesting. What do we have here? So the Gray Cat. Wow. So basically, I don't know, not incredibly exciting to me personally. So let's go check out the Anvil Asgard. I'm always interested. This is the one I've been kind of eyeballing a little bit. Oh, good to know. Thanks, man. And there she is. So what we have here is a vehicle transport. Yeah, let's check out the bottom first. So it looks like a turret to me. Yeah, let's take a look here. Up we go. Probably another turret. I don't know if this is really that exciting to me personally. You know, I don't do a lot of vehicle transporting. It looks like we do have a couple of beds right here, which is kind of cool. So at least you can bed log, bathroom. I do see, I wonder if it has a cargo grid. It kind of looks like it might. So maybe for cargo, it might be interesting. But overall, pretty I'm sure there's a couple of orgs out there that really might like this. It's a beautiful ship. Love the lighting. How about the Starlancer TAC? Let's see what we got here. That's interesting. A missile launcher off the back. So we have a med bay. Very interesting. A drop room. Yeah, look at the size of those. That's a nasty looking turret right there. So basically a Starlancer Max. What are we opening here? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go up the ladder. A tactical version, hence the name. Okay. And it looks like we have some crew area back here. Engineering space. All pretty straightforward. And if I can, I'm going to try and do a live stream here for each new release. So I guess this is going to be the IAEA for the next 2 days. And then on Saturday, there will be something new. So pretty much a Starlancer Max. Very similar layout, of course, minus the big guns and the drop room. Can we call the elevator? Yep. Not bad. Does it make you want to pull out your wallet? I don't know. That is a big, big turret, though. And do we have one on the other side as well? Or is it more like a C-130 where it's, nope, they're on both sides. Very interesting. So that's the Starlancer TAC in all of its glory. Not sure I want to pull out the wallet for that one, but and the Anvil Asgard. And of course the Guardian, which is a very interesting, not the Key, but the MX version. Very interesting ship. Actually, I do like that one. Very interesting. Okay, let's go check out some other parts. So we're headed to event hall 1 and 2. And for those that are just joining, this is the Anvil Asgard. It looks like it's a vehicle ship. Very interesting. And so that's the main event hall. Now we're headed to event hall 2. And we'll just kind of check things out down here. And welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're on the RTX 5090 9950X 3D build that I just finished up in the last couple of days. So that looks like the impub tractor. Let me know if you guys ever use that. I have one. I don't. And this is another ship that I have not used much. The Mantis. Very interesting ship, very interesting concept. I know a lot of orgs use it, but I'm not in an org and I don't use it that much. For you space medics out there, this might be interesting to you. And I wonder what level medical bed this is. 2? Nope, tier 3. So right here. Tier 3 treatment bed. Very cool. You know, if you're part of a large org that's going and doing something planet side and they need a medic, not a bad thing to have around. And then there's the Terrapin version of it over here. And let's go see what level medical bed that has. I just haven't seen anything. And Alpaca's saying, perfect for merking. Med bed, 96 SU, room for vehicles, plenty of armament. Yeah, you know, I didn't think of it that way. Did you CC you up to the TAC, Alpaca, or did you buy it outright? All right, so that was a tier 3 in the other one, and this is a tier 2 in this one. So very interesting. The interiors in these things are just beautifully done. Lots of detail. Like the glass in the floor where you can see some of the infrastructure, the pipes. Really interesting. And for those that are wondering while we're here, let me show you the graphics. So we're running at 3840 by 2160. Full screen, of course, and we're running DLSS in quality mode. Normally, I like to have HDR on, but I don't today. Quality is on. Let's change that to very high. And let's make sure everything else is where it's supposed to be. Water's on. Simulated regions is high. Terrain tessellation high. Screen space shadows, and of course volumetric clouds are in photo mode slow. And the field of view, this is something that's kind of big too, all the way out to 116. I have motion blur turned off. A little bit of sharpening, that is default. Film grain is on. Session information QR code is off. And for those that are astute observers, I have not activated Windows yet because I just built this. So this is a very interesting. If if you were part of an organization that was doing a lot of murking, like Alpaca did, for example, this might be nice to have around. I've always liked the Terrapin. It's very maneuverable, visibilities. Let's go check out the cockpit real quick. Always liked the visibility out of the cockpit. Love the glass door. And I love the blast shield as well. So this is all very cool. So the medic version of the Terrapin. Very cool. All right, let's go see what else we can see here. Looks like we have some ship components, which I know almost nobody is interested in. Coolers. Quantum drives. Got some power plants. So lots of ship components over here. Nothing major. Obviously, the big talk has been on the Idris. And perhaps we'll look at that. These look like flight blades. These are also new. You know, the interesting thing about the flight blades is I always thought they would come out with flight blades that might control a turret or make some of these big multi-crew ships a little bit more useful. But instead, they came out with flight blades that might give you a little bit more thrust or a little bit more maneuverability, which I don't see a big value add in, honestly. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what comes next. And of course, there's the tractor. Not incredibly interesting. And Alpaca's going to CCU the CSV to the new Gray Cat. The Gray Cat might be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But I want to look at it first. Let's head over to 1. And we're in Fighter Hall now. So, of course, there's the Guardian. And let's see which variant this is. I thought they mentioned they were going to be releasing a missile version of this, but this is one of the most unique ships that they've created in a long time, and this one I actually did get. Just everything about it is unique and cool. There's really nothing else like the Guardian out there.
Been too long since I've done a proper clean of my armor and weapons.
And new weapons.
The UEE Navy Small Battle Equivalent Vehicle Operators trade for a variety of operations, including combat search and rescue training. There are some of the few non-marine military personnel who are invited to train
Very interesting.
on the hostile pirates of Corridor.
And of course, the F-8C. I have mixed feelings about this ship. Let me know what you guys think in chat. But not incredibly maneuverable, but more important, I mean, it's got a ton of firepower, as you can see, but not incredibly maneuverable, and more importantly, not very durable. This thing cannot take a beating at all. And I am no fighter pilot, so I'm no expert. I don't do PvP. I do very limited PvE, but just, I think the Super Hornet is actually probably better. Especially the M version, if you have it. Overall. More maneuverable, really good firepower, more durable. But the F-8C was the golden child for a while. It really was. More ship components. That is one expensive shield generator. Might have to come purchase a bunch of these, actually. I may come back.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family.
And let's see what we got here. We'll find a console. May come back and just buy a bunch of ship components. Who knows? There's the Basilic. The Starheart. Not sure what that is, but we'll find out. If it's 51, it's probably got to be tier B or A. And the Quantum Drive, the Siren. All right. This was another bummer right here. I really love the X-Wing configuration of the Scorpion, but you really need to have somebody in that turret in order for it to be useful. And so I was hoping with these blades, these AI blades that came out that they were supposed to release, I guess, the blades that you could have a blade that would shoot for you and at least make things more interesting, or at least make it pilot controlled. And I don't think you can in the Scorpius. And of course, we got the Gladius, very interesting. The bread and butter fighter for a lot of people. And the Star of Squadron 42 that's coming up soon. Very nice. So that is the fighter hall. So the Guardian, the Scorpius, very interesting. May come back and purchase lots of ship components. I'm going to see what these are, how good they are. And I don't know. I don't think you can even buy military grade ship components anymore. So let me know what you guys think in chat if you know where they are. Yeah, and Alpaca said they slapped the Scorpius. And the Super Hornet allows pilot turret control with no backseater, which is great. I'm all about having the ability to do multi-crew, but that is a huge power plant. What do we have here? More power plants. Yeah, I'll probably come back on the weekend and just buy a bunch of stuff.
That's how it goes, right?
But like I said, I think the Super Hornet's just overall a better, at least for bounty hunting and doing things like that, that's better for me personally. So now that Alpaca mentioned the Star Lancer attack, I got to go back and look at it once again. And guys, let me know if the stream quality is okay. I want to make sure I'm not deluging you with music and all this other stuff. You know, we have music in the hall and as well as on the stream. So, very big hangar. I'm assuming cargo grids. Yeah, let's take a look at the med bay here. So, tier 3, medical treatment here. And the drop room, pretty interesting. Let's check out the turret. Wow. Very interesting. And there's a hangar on top. Let's go check it out. And we have engineering back here, I believe. Very interesting. Coming soon on the engineering terminal. And here is the Fury hangar. Huh. So, Alpaca, let me ask you a question. I mean, if you had a, say, a Polaris, would you still have gone for this? I mean, that's the question, right? Because you can land the Polaris anywhere. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me now. So let me know if you guys heard anything and saw anything in there that made you want to pull out your wallet. I have not. And we have the Hammerhead, Vanguard Warden. And of course, the good old Redeemer. Have all of these. Let's go check this out and see if there's anything interesting over here. I do like the fact that they put more players on each shard now. Wow, that's bombs, huh? Cool. Look at the size of that torpedo. That thing's huge. Oh, and it could be yours for a mere 508,790. So the VTT-10 Veritas, $500,000 a piece. Wow. The Hammerhead is the one ship that I would like to fly a lot more that I wish they would do AI blades for. Anyway, one of these days, Alpaca, we'll have to get together so we can go out and do some missions together. I think that'd be kind of cool. But back to the Hammerhead. This is one of those ships that's really fun. That's really designed well, done well. But, I mean, you got to have 5 friends online at the same time. Oh, my gosh. Let's look at these. The CS Torpedo can be all yours for $500,000. I'm noticing a trend here on the torps. And the Executor. Another 508,000. That would probably make short work of that Hammerhead over there. And that, my friends, looks like the first day of Fleet Week. Just love all the detail, like the marble floors, the way the light comes off of it. Everybody's all Gucci'd up in their armor. Really liking this release. And I love the fact that if you die, you don't lose. At least you're not supposed to anyway. Your tier 0 items, you know, you can come back to life with them. I think we were in 4 already, but we'll run over there and check it out anyway. Yeah, Combat Ground Hall, we've been there. Let's see what we haven't seen yet. So, Pisces Manus, we've been there. Guardian Arrow, we've been there. We have not been down to the lower level yet. We've seen the Spartans, the Centurions, the Asgard. We've been out in the main area here. We've seen the Guardians. So really, it's just the lower level in the main convention hall that we haven't been to yet. So let's go check that out. And if you're just joining us, welcome to Alpha Infinity Tech. We're live at Fleet Week. Just checking things out. And here's one of my favorite ships in the game, the Mark II. And let's see if we can figure out how to get downstairs. It's supposed to be accessible from the main area out here. Here we go. More ground vehicles. And we've seen these already. Ursa's been out for a long time. Like it. Wow, interesting armor. Very interesting armor. Where did we get that? I like that. Pretty. New weapons. So an energy SMG. A short range beam that fractures into multiple beams the longer it fires, making it extremely effective. Huh. More cool armor right here. Another, so energy SMGs, huh? That display is closed. Is that it? Is that everything down here? Surely not. Kind of looking that way, though. They are offering some armor in the pledge store. Universe has gotten a lot more busy once they've done their big server architectural changes, so I like that. But that, my friends, is Fleet Week. And I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run out on the outside here, just make sure I'm not missing anything. So we have ship weapons and bombs, torpedoes. We already did those. We've been to all the event halls. And I'll look at the schedule, but it looks like this is gonna run through tomorrow, and then Saturday will be something different. So ship components and looks like the Omni Sky. Let me know what you guys think about the Asgard. Pretty interesting. But once again, not anything that makes me want to shell out the dough. But basically a vehicle dropship. They call it a vehicle transport. With a med bed and a big bay. But really nice to see everybody Gucci'd up in their armor today. That's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you guys have seen anything that makes you want to buy. Because ultimately, that is what Fleet Week is all about. This is supposed to be a moneymaker for RSI. I always look at this with a little bit of skepticism just because there's a few ships that they sold, not necessarily during Fleet Week, but like the Bantu Merchantman. We still haven't seen that one yet. Still waiting on the RSI Arastra. Definitely waiting on that one. So a lot of ships out there that maybe you might have purchased that nobody's seen yet. So we've been to all the event halls, including downstairs. And that, my friends, is day one of Fleet Week. Get a nice little screenshot here. And as usual, they just do an amazing job on little details. Just the little lights in the floor here, really cool. If you go down to the first floor here, you can buy t-shirts and all that kind of fun stuff. So we'll go check some of that out now. And overall, let me know how the stream quality's been, guys. Totally new setup, new gaming box, new streaming box, getting ready for our big push in the fall to do a lot more content and be online a lot more. And as a bonus, oh yeah, look at this. So Crusader Industries, Invictus t-shirt. Gotta have those. Where's my Argo shirt? Gotta buy the hat. Get both colors of the Invictus t-shirts, of course. And then over here, there's more stuff. Got to get your flight jackets and your hats. I mean, that's all part of Fleet Week, right? Uh-oh. And of course, Origin. We came in the 400i today. Beautiful ship. All right, let's see what we picked up today. So 2B, 2C, nothing. There's a grade A industrial Rampart and the military. So there is some military stuff in here. Competition. 3A on the Juno. Yeah, nothing Aegis 2B military. So there are some military and stealth components in here. And we picked up some clothes. And I'm pretty sure there was more down here. Lots of people. Lots of people coming to the Fleet Week. Probably going to be pretty busy tonight. There's Argo. Got to buy the hat and the shirts. And let's see what else they got down here. The armor is getting so interesting now. Everybody's got their Gucci'd out armor on. That was a really good change that they made where you don't lose this stuff. And especially if you pledge for it. So that is Fleet Week Day 1, my friends. Glad to have everybody on. Thanks for joining. Leave a comment on the stream quality. Let me know how things looked. And appreciate everybody coming and showing up. And it was nice to kind of put the 5090 through its paces. See what it was capable of. Though I will say that Pyro pushes it a lot more than Stanton. But that is going to conclude the stream for at least today. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining, Alpaca. You're on my friends list, my man. So next time I see you on, or we're on at the same time and I have some time, I'll reach out to you. So you guys have a great day, and go to Fleet Week. Check things out. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that we saw today that makes you want to pull out the wallet and buy it.